I don't think all corporations are evil, you know. Like, I used to work for IKEA, and they were lovely. They treated us as a family. They made available for all the employees 3 free counselling sessions every year for if you had depression. And they also gave everyone a take-home box cutter for if those didn't work. It was a family. Is that not relatable? I come from a messy family. This is true. When I was growing up, my dad, he spent 7 years in prison for crime. I don't know why I'm air quoting it. Like, he did a bunch of very serious crimes. But anyway, he's dead now. So, you know, just know that if you judge me for stealing from the supermarket, you are disrespecting my dead dad and his legacy. He also, I found this out when I was 20, he had a second secret family the whole time I was growing up. I'm just like, I have like a half-sister I've never met, and it's just very frustrating because it means I don't know which one of us was in like the main, more important family who was loved more. My point is, I always feel like with parents, you get one that's bad and then one that's good to balance them out. And obviously my dad was the good one. Which I just want to say is not my mother's fault, all right? She just has her own trauma. But we didn't talk for like a long time. From 19 to 39, I didn't speak to my mother, right? I cut her off. And but then I got into therapy, thank you, IKEA. And we reconnected. And so a couple of years ago, she came back in my life. I'm very grateful for that. But the problem was when I was 19 and I cut her off, I thought we were never going to talk ever again. And so I said, well, I know what I'll do is I'll tell everybody I know that she died. Because if you say you don't talk to your mother, that people will be like, oh, you really must reconnect with your mother. But if you say she died, no one's going to be like, you really must conduct a seance to reconnect with your mother. I thought I'd crack the code, right? No one's going to bother me about this. But then, you know, after we reconnect, and that's part of my life again, that meant that 2 years ago, I had to go around to every single person that I know and explain that my mother had come back to life, which is such a hard chat. Because it's good news, but to get there, you've got to explain some sad information. I mean, I am still in therapy. They call me Mr. Worldwide because I'm bipolar. And it's fun, all right? Anxiety and depression, it is a fun team-up for your brain. They work together. Because anxiety is like everything in the world is trying to kill you, and depression's like, you should let them. It's synergy. My point is I really did appreciate the box cutter. But Nicole, she also, my fiance, she also has anxiety. She never worries about the animal she eats, though, and that's like a cultural difference between us, right? Because I grew up in Australia. She was raised Chinese, and, you know, she still is, genetically. But she grew up in Shanghai. And growing up in Shanghai, they would get live animals. They would bring them home alive. They would kill them at home just before they cook them, so they're as fresh as possible. It's just very outside of my experience. And a few months back, she brought home to our apartment this big bucket of live crabs. And initially, I was not sure the plan for the crabs. Because Nicole, she's an animal lover. We have pet rabbits. She has a pet snail. She owns a horse. She's been campaigning for birds. So I was like, oh, are these going to be our new crab friends? Are these like homeless crabs that you found and collected? We're going to give like a loving, nurturing environment to. What is the plan for the crabs? The plan was to murder these crabs and convert them to Singapore chili crab, which is a delicious dish. And so I got excited until I had to watch her start taking these crabs and lining them up one by one like political prisoners for execution. Like Mao would be proud. And then she grabbed a hammer. And then one by one, she starts to just bash the crabs to death in front of me. And the whole time I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know if crabs have feelings. But I do. And so I did not eat any of those crabs because that whole process, it just made me feel bad. And I don't want to feel bad. And as a straight white man living in the inner cities of Australia, I mean, mostly, I don't have to. And I like that about the system. I think I'd be okay with the crabs if I knew that these specific crabs deserved it, right? Like if they earned their outcome. And I think when they sell the live crabs, it should be the opposite of the system they have at the RSPCA. There they have that little card to make you fall in love with the animal. When they sell the live crab, they have a little card detailing all of its crab crimes and how it's a bad crab. And it deserves to be sentenced to death, right? And only the worst of the worst crabs get sentenced to become chili crab, okay? Just crab pedophiles. Just any crab that fucks a yabby. That joke's not going to work anywhere but Australia.